Hey Trisha, how you doing? I've got your work up, so let's go ahead and jump right over there and take a look. Okay, so great start, really good start. Um, I do have a couple of recommendations. So what I've right over here, I've got the instructions included, and I think that you've got everything covered. There's just a couple of recommendations. Then I want to talk about color, and then I also want to talk about uh, style and consistency. So let's look at the instructions first. So 1 cup of rolled oats, good. 2 cups of water, milk, or a combination of both. We're not showing a combination of both here. And to me, I think this is the most difficult part of this assignment. And this is the part of the assignment that is going to translate beautifully to the final project, the infographic. Because if you can capture this or a combination of both, I think that is pointing to the level of complexity we're looking for in representing some of the visual data and statistic data in that final infographic. So that's more of a complex notion to illustrate. So I would work on that. Right now you're saying here's a cup of oats, here's saying 2 cups of water, 2 cups of milk. But it doesn't, nowhere it's just indicating or a combination of both. See if you can work that in somehow. Okay, and then the next is uh, combine the ingredients and bring to a simmer, stirring frequently. That this works. Nice depiction of temperature. Right here, this spoon right here is lacking contrast with the background, so it's almost not able to be seen, and that's a problem. So we definitely have to be able to see that spoon. Another point of confusion could theoretically be the opening of the pot here. This pot is different than this pot. This could create some confusion. Okay, so we want to keep the pot similar, if not identical, throughout the entirety of the infographic. So that's an issue right there. Okay, so stirring frequently, bring oats, bring a soft and liquid cools. You can add your any flavors you're using. That's fantastic. Then simmer. Again, we have simmer until the oats reach your desired texture and consistency, usually 10 to 20 minutes. So the directions don't indicate to cover the pot at this point, but you've elected to cover the pot. Now, whether that is proper procedure for making oatmeal or not, it's regardless at this point. At this point, we need to strictly adhere to these directions here. Since these directions don't indicate covering the pot, I don't recommend covering the pot in the visual instructions. 10 to 20 minutes, excellent. Simmer, low heat, that's fantastic. Again, this perspective of the pot is a little bit different than the others. This one seems to be a 3/4 view from above. This one seems to be straight on. So you want to address that. Okay, then finally, the last image I think is an anomaly because it's it's zoomed in. It's a much closer view. It doesn't have the same type of perspective that the pot has, which is okay. But the point I'm getting at is that it's cropped from the final composition in the final frame. So I would make sure the entire bowl is visible in the frame. So zoom out a little bit and let's get a shot of the whole bowl. I don't recommend not using color for the bowl. I definitely recommend using a color for the bowl. And also in the background set it gray. You might consider a subtle color for the background. And then think of stylistic similarities. So for example, right now, these all have, these look good. The first two, especially the first two frames, especially the cup itself has this big, huge, giant, thick stroke. And that seems to be a little bit of an inconsistency. I think it's creating too much emphasis on that area, which is pulling the hierarchy towards that area, which we would like to have a hierarchy equally placed on each of the frames of the composition. So I think that we would probably be best served by reducing the size of that stroke right there. Okay, other than that, I think it's just a fantastic start. Very clear, very concise, excellent work. Try those recommended changes, and I'd love to see you represent those changes in your final submission. All right, great job. Any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you.